The holidays are a magical time filled with warmth, laughter, and the delightful aroma of baked goods wafting through the air. It's a season where kitchens come alive with the spirit of togetherness and creativity. One of the simplest ways to bring a touch of sweetness to your holiday celebrations is by baking chocolate chip cookies. These little morsels of joy are a staple in many households, bringing smiles to faces young and old. These cookies are not only a beloved classic, but are also remarkably easy to make, perfect for beginners. With just a few basic ingredients and simple steps, anyone can whip up a batch of these delicious treats. Imagine the scene: a cozy kitchen, twinkling lights, and the excitement of creating something delicious from scratch. The process itself is a joy, filling your home with the comforting scent of freshly baked cookies. Baking these cookies can become a cherished tradition, a time to gather with loved ones, sharing stories and laughter over a warm oven. It's a moment to slow down and savor the simple pleasures of life. Our goal today is to guide you through the process of making these delightful treats. We'll provide you with all the tips and tricks you need to ensure your cookies turn out perfectly every time. We'll focus on simplicity and clarity, ensuring that even novice bakers can create cookies that are as delightful to look at as they are to eat. From mixing the dough to decorating the final product, we've got you covered. So roll up your sleeves, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and get ready to embark on a baking adventure that promises to fill your holiday with joy and sweetness. Let's make this holiday season extra special with the magic of homemade cookies. Before we dive into the baking process, let's gather all the necessary ingredients and equipment. Having everything ready at the start will make the process smoother and more enjoyable. You don't need anything fancy, just the basics will do. For ingredients, you'll need 2 and 1.4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1.2 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of unsalted butter, 3.4 cup of brown sugar, 3.4 cup of granulated sugar, 2 large eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and 2 cups of chocolate chips. Optional festive additions include 1 cup of white chocolate chips and holiday sprinkles. You'll need a set of measuring cups and spoons, mixing bowls, a hand mixer or a stand mixer, a spatula, and baking sheets lined with parchment paper. A cooling rack is also handy for letting the cookies cool down properly after baking. Setting up your ingredients and tools in advance is a great habit to develop. It helps avoid any mid-recipe surprises and ensures a seamless baking process. With everything laid out, you're all set to begin crafting these holiday delights. Don't forget to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit before you start mixing the ingredients. Now that your kitchen is prepped and ready, it's time to dive into the delightful process of making holiday cookies. Gather all your ingredients, making sure you have everything you need laid out on the counter. This will make the process smoother and more enjoyable. Start by preheating your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. This ensures your oven is at the perfect temperature when your cookies are ready to bake. In a mixing bowl, combine the flour, making sure to measure it accurately for the best results. Add the baking soda and salt to the flour, then whisk these dry ingredients together until they are well combined. Set this mixture aside for now. Next, in a larger bowl, cream together the unsalted butter, brown sugar, and granulated sugar. This step is essential for creating a rich, flavorful base for your cookies. This step is crucial as it influences the texture of your cookies. Creaming the butter and sugars properly will give your cookies a light and airy texture. You want a smooth, fluffy mixture, so take your time with this step. The more you mix, the better the texture will be. Once the butter and sugars are well mixed, add in the eggs, one at a time, ensuring each egg is fully incorporated before adding the next, followed by the vanilla extract. This will add a wonderful aroma and enhance the flavor of your cookies. Mix until everything is combined, making sure there are no lumps or unmixed ingredients. Gradually add the dry mixture to the wet ingredients, stirring gently. This helps to avoid overmixing and ensures a tender cookie, stirring gently until just combined. Be patient and mix slowly to get the perfect dough consistency. Be careful not to overmix, as this can lead to tougher cookies. The goal is to have a soft, pliable dough. The last step in the dough preparation is folding in the chocolate chips. This is where you can get creative with your mix-ins and any additional festive ingredients like white chocolate chips or sprinkles. These add a fun, festive touch to your cookies. With your dough ready, use a spoon or cookie scoop to portion it onto your prepared baking sheets. This ensures even-sized cookies that bake uniformly. Leave enough space between each cookie to allow for spreading during baking. This will help them bake evenly and prevent them from merging into one another. With your cookie dough neatly arranged on the baking sheets, it's time to pop them into the oven. Set your timer for 10 to 12 minutes depending on your oven's unique quirks. The goal is to bake them until they are golden around the edges but still soft in the center. This gives them that perfect chewy texture we all love in a chocolate chip cookie. While the cookies bake, take a moment to appreciate the delightful aroma filling your kitchen. Keep an eye on your cookies during the last few minutes of baking to ensure they don't overbake. Once the cookies are done baking, remove them from the oven and let them cool on the baking sheets for about 5 minutes. Cooling them on a rack ensures air circulates around the cookies, preventing them from becoming soggy on the bottom. As tempting as it is to dive right in, letting your cookies cool completely will enhance their flavor and texture. Section 5. Serving and Storage. Sharing the sweetness. Once your cookies have cooled, it's time to think about how best to serve and store them. Presentation can add an extra touch of festivity to your holiday treats. Consider arranging them on a holiday-themed plate or in a decorative tin. This not only makes them more appealing, but also makes them perfect for gifting. When serving, pair these cookies with a cold glass of milk or a warm cup of cocoa. If you're hosting guests, a platter of freshly baked cookies can be a welcoming centerpiece. For storage, place your cookies in an airtight container to maintain their freshness. They can be kept at room temperature for up to a week. If you want to keep them longer, consider freezing them. Properly stored, they can last for several months, ready to be enjoyed whenever you crave a sweet treat. Section 6. Variations. Adding your personal touch. One of the joys of baking is the ability to personalize recipes to suit your taste. This chocolate chip cookie recipe is a great base for experimentation. Consider adding nuts like walnuts or pecans for an extra layer of texture and flavor. If you're a fan of different chocolates, try mixing in white chocolate or dark chocolate chips for a unique twist. For those who love a hint of spice, adding a sprinkle of cinnamon to the dough can bring a warm, holiday flavor. You might also consider incorporating dried fruits like cranberries or cherries, which add a tangy contrast to the sweetness of the chocolate. Another variation is to explore different sizes and shapes. Use mini chocolate chips and form smaller cookies for a bite-sized treat. or create larger bakery-style cookies by increasing the portion size. Each variation offers a new taste experience, keeping your holiday baking exciting and full of surprises. Section 7. Festive Ideas. Decorating with delight. Decorating your chocolate chip cookies can elevate them from simple treats to festive showpieces. Start by considering colorful sprinkles. These can be added directly to the dough or sprinkled on top before baking for a pop of color that screams holiday cheer. Choose colors that match the season like red, green, gold, or silver to enhance the festive feel. Icing is another option for those who want to add a sweet design. A simple powdered sugar glaze can be drizzled over the cookies for a touch of sweetness and visual appeal. Let your creativity run wild with this, making patterns or even drawing simple designs like stars or snowflakes. For a truly indulgent treat, consider dipping half of each cookie in melted chocolate. Decorating is a fun way to involve children in the kitchen, turning your baking session into a creative workshop. Section 8. Troubleshooting. Avoiding cookie catastrophes. Every baker encounters a few bumps along the way, but fear not. Troubleshooting cookie issues is part of the learning process. If your cookies spread too much, it might be due to over-softened butter or too little flour. Ensure your dough is well chilled before baking to help prevent excess spreading. If your cookies turn out too tough or hard, over-mixing the dough could be the culprit. Mixing just until the ingredients are combined helps keep the texture soft and chewy. If they're too pale and undercooked, try baking them a bit longer or increasing the oven temperature slightly. Burnt bottoms can be avoided by using parchment paper and ensuring your oven rack is positioned in the center. If your cookies stick to the sheet, let them cool for a few minutes before trying to move them. Each batch brings you closer to mastering the art of cookie baking. Section 9. Conclusion: the delight of sharing. As we wrap up our cookie journey, it's important to reflect on the joy that baking brings. Not just the joy of eating delicious cookies, but the happiness of sharing them with others. Baking is more than a culinary activity. It's a way to connect with loved ones, to create moments of joy and laughter that will be cherished for years to come. These holiday chocolate chip cookies are a testament to the warmth and generosity of the season, embodying the spirit of giving and togetherness. Each cookie is a small piece of happiness, a token of love that brings people closer, making the holiday season even more special. Encourage family and friends to join you in the kitchen. The act of baking together fosters a sense of community and creates memories that go beyond the cookies themselves. It's a time to bond, to share stories, and to enjoy each other's company. Baking together fosters a sense of community and creates memories that go beyond the cookies themselves. The laughter, the shared experiences, and the collective effort all contribute to a deeper connection among those involved. Share your creations with neighbors, coworkers, and loved ones, spreading cheer and deliciousness wherever you go. A simple plate of cookies can brighten someone's day and bring a smile to their face. Finally, remember to celebrate your success. Take a moment to appreciate the effort and love you put into baking. Enjoy the fruits of your labor with those around you. You took on the task of baking, from gathering ingredients to troubleshooting issues, and created something wonderful. Each step of the process, from mixing the dough to watching the cookies bake, is a testament to your dedication and creativity. Whether you choose to enjoy these cookies yourself or gift them to others, know that each cookie carries with it the love and effort you put into making them. They are more than just treats. They are expressions of care and affection. Happy baking, and may your holidays be filled with sweetness and joy. May each cookie you bake bring a little more light and happiness into the world.